Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is my first time filming in my new apartment. I don't really want to show you guys anything past this because it's not done yet, and once I get everything all finished, I'm gonna do a full apartment tour. I wanted to hop on and make this video where I'm just kind of explaining like how moving went and what we did and whatnot, because my last video I posted was a little bit of a downer, and that's not really like how I want my channel to be portrayed. I'm on here to express positivity and share tips that will hopefully make your lives easier. My last video was just kind of like raw and real, and I wanted to show you that like my life's not perfect either, and it's hard, and I want to be able to be really transparent with you guys. I really love that YouTube lets me show more of the reality of my life than like Instagram, where it's a lot more just pretty pictures. Like, I want you to see more of the behind the scenes. But today's video is all about like how moving went and what we did, and we're here. When we were still in Arizona, we rented a moving truck from Budget Rentals. We did all of the moving ourselves. That was such a good way to save money. People were recommending different companies to us for moving, and these companies were charging like multiple thousands of dollars to move all of our stuff here. Even if we'd rented through U-Haul, it was gonna be about $1,300, and that's just for the truck. That doesn't include all the moving in and out. We rented through Budget Rental. I don't know how, but we got our truck for a whole week for $200. It did not cost us any extra per mile. Like, that's a big thing. Like, a lot of the trucks will be this flat rate plus depending on how many miles you drive it, but ours was literally $200 flat. So that was awesome. I found out that my car insurance actually covered the rental as well, so I didn't have to pay for the extra insurance. So it was literally just 200 bucks. That saved us so much money. We didn't use movers. We carried everything in and out ourselves, and it definitely was hard at times. I'm not the strongest of ladies, and it was a lot of stuff, but we managed to get it all in there. And we did the smallest truck possible. So we did a 12-foot truck, and it was basically full. Like, by the time we got our bed and everything in there, it was full. So we hit the road on Friday, and then that first night we drove to Albuquerque, which was about 6.5 hours. All right, we stopped in Albuquerque last night. We totally messed up and didn't have anywhere booked, so we had to try like 3 different hotels before we found one that we could get a room. But slept in Albuquerque. Now we're hitting the road and off to Denver, Colorado. And Alex and I are super lucky, and we have friends all over the states. So we were able to stay with friends in Denver, which was really, really nice. I actually think I got like food poisoning or something, which like, I do not have a sensitive stomach. I felt awful. And so it was so nice that we were like with friends in a comfortable place versus like staying in a hotel when you're sick. And then the next day we drove, I think it was almost 9 hours, 8.5 from Denver to Kansas City. Wow, once we left Denver, the drive was so boring. Like, there was nothing to look at. We stayed with friends again in Kansas City, and then from Kansas City we drove just like 3.5 hours to St. Louis. We had family friends we stayed with in St. Louis as well. And the reason I did this, like, we could have easily driven all the way to Chicago, but if we had, it would have been about like 7-ish, 8-ish hours to get to Chicago, and we would have arrived at night, and then we would have had to move all of our stuff in at night. It would have just been way more stressful. So we stayed in St. Louis for a night, got up early the next morning and hit the road, and we got to Chicago around noon. And so we were able to get our keys and everything, move all of our stuff in, and it was just insane. Cue clip now. It is move-in day. We have got elevator number 1 basically just filled with plants because it was the hardest to move. We're getting there. So I just sent Alex to drop off the U-Haul, and this is what our apartment looks like. Wow. Oh, there's Lou. All right, here we go. Here's all the things I gotta put away. There is a room back there, but I can't really get to it. Yeah, moving is a lot of work, but we're getting there. Also, can we just take a note and say, it's like, gotta be like 4 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so the sun is behind me, but because my windows are so big, look at this natural light. I look like a hot mess, but my lighting's still pretty good. But yeah, the next day we still had the truck because it gave us a full week for the $200. So we used the truck and we drove to IKEA and got a bunch of things that like we needed. Like, we didn't have plates, drawer organizers, and suction cup hooks, and a bunch of other random stuff. We dropped off all of our stuff. We returned the truck, and when we returned it, the lady at the cash register was like, "How did you score such an amazing deal?" I was like, "I don't know. And all day that day, we just finished like putting things away. Alex was building the IKEA furniture, just lots of organizing. We have a couple more items that are coming in the mail that we'll need just to be able to finish things up, but we're so close to being done unpacking and getting everything ready, so it's super exciting. I am obsessed with our new apartment. It's amazing. Just the location and the complex, like I really love it. I cannot wait to show you guys now that all of our stuff is moved in. I really love how it's turning out. So yeah, just wanted to update you guys. We're here now, we're moved in, finishing up all the unpacking and whatnot, but I love it. I'm so excited. Spirits are much higher than they were in my last video, but thanks so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time.